Hey, what's up, YouTubers? It's your King Redis Power here, back at the reviewing station with a video review. That's right, it's been a few days, but I needed to catch up on a few projects that I'm currently working on that I'm not going to discuss at this time. But having said that, I'm all caught up on all my current event reviews that I wanted to work on, so now I gotta go back and do things that never really had a chance in the spotlight of the reviewing station. That being the case, get to the point. It's the Legacy Blade Blaster from the Power Rangers Legacy Collection. So, yeah, I've never reviewed this thing. I've shown off that I actually own it before actually bringing it up here. But, yeah, I did a giveaway contest for this being one of the prizes. I can't recall, but it don't matter anyway because that's all in the past. Let's leave the past in the past and get to right now. So, having said that, let's go ahead and get to this review because it's not going to be a long one. This is nothing more than just one of your basic roleplay items with some diecast parts and battle sounds and morphs into 3 modes. Yeah, I'm cheating. But, yeah. Coming from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, obviously, because it is the legendary Blade Blaster, or should I say the Legacy Blade Blaster. Sorry if I get a bit tongue-twisted there, but I want to show you something very special to me. This is basically the influence to the Legacy Blade Blaster's packaging that I created so long before this thing was actually a project at hand for Bandai America. And, yeah, it really wasn't that good, was it? But, having said that, this is actually the photo that was used in placement of the Legacy Blade Blaster being sold off online at Toys R Us's website for quite a long time. So, so anyway, with that said, let's take a look at the front of this packaging. It is beautiful. It, definitely hits Legacy totally. Everything about it is great. I love the lightning bolt effects that's going on in the background. I love the highlights of the green that's going and, you know, looks like it's charging up the Blade Blaster itself, which is encased in this nice plastic. We got ages 15 and up, Bandai America right here. All the specifics that I already went through. And then we got a nice CGI art of the Red Ranger holding the Blade Blaster in its proper weapon form, which the 6-inch Legacy figures are not capable of doing. Oh, well. It was originally a Toys R Us exclusive. Anyway, having said that, not much else to really say for the front. There's not really much going on the side, so let's just go to the back of the packaging here. Get it back in center. And here we got that same picture of the Red Ranger, which looks nice, but you can definitely tell it's actually CGI rendered. It's not the real Ranger. It's not an actor in a spandex costume. It's not. So anyway, we got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo there. Blaster mode for the Blade Blaster. Holster mode for holster. And we got the Blade mode for the Blade mode of the Blade Blaster. Where am I going with this? Anyway, it morphs into 3 modes, which I just went ahead and talked about. So, that's really it for the back of the packaging. It's nothing really special, but I do like the original Power Rangers lightning bolt right there. Very cool. So, that's going to do it for the packaging of this thing. Let's go ahead and take it out of its box, since I haven't done that in quite the long time. And then we'll take a minute to take a look at all the contents with the set, and then we'll take a look at the Blade Blaster and call it a review. Stay tuned. So before I take the Blade Blaster out of this nice carton, I just want to show you off its contents that it comes with, which is basically a set of instructions for playing with your Legacy Blade Blaster. How to switch out the batteries, how to switch the modes, and that's really it, because there's nothing on the back, so that's it. Everything else is basically just what's left in the carton, and that is just the Blade Blaster itself, which is covered up in nice protective cases. We got the top cover, which is clear plastic, and then we got this back cover on it as well, which is a dark plastic. So there you go, there's that. But not just that, I also want to show you that Bandai America is basically going with some vintage stuff going on here. Pretty much the highlight of the Legacy collection. Instead of using styrofoam, they're going back to like something from the 70s, you know, like cartons. I'm guessing that's what it's called. I'm not exactly sure. Kind of reminds me of those cartons that you would receive with eggs. So like an egg carton, something like that way back when. So there's that. I know it doesn't mean anything, but it does to me. It's pretty nostalgic. So I'll go ahead and take all these clear bits out of the place. Take that out of here. And I'll remove the instructions in case it's popping up and distracting the camera. And here is the Legacy Blade Blaster in all of its glory. Very much 1:1 scale replica. This thing is pretty nice. It fits like a glove. If it were a glove, but it's not. So it's holding in my hands pretty secure. It's definitely adult size. Again, this is a 1:1 scaled prop. This is pretty cool. But unlike a prop, I mean, you really can't play around with a prop because technically it's not meant to be played with. This, on the other hand, is a toy still. I think it was $75 when I picked it up way back when, but still, nonetheless, definitely something that everyone should own. Those are the true die-hard Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fans, which is quite a lot of you. Anyway, with that said, the paint job on this doesn't skip a beat like it does for its small little miniature dicky weapon that actually comes with the 6-inch Legacy figures. As you can see, everything's fully painted. Instead of saying Zoo Ranger, it actually says Power Rangers just because. I know that's not accurate, but hey, it is what it is. This is Power Rangers and not Zoo Ranger. I'm just throwing that out there. It does say it on both sides. As you can see, both sides are fully painted. Of course, why wouldn't it be for something very pricey? And, yeah, I'm looking for die-cast parts on this thing, and to be honest, the only thing I'm really feeling to be die-cast is actually the tip of the gun right here, which is actually this, you know, just basically this. That's all I'm feeling that's die-cast on this. I could be wrong, but I don't think these bits here are die-cast. They could be, but I don't think so. They look like they're just painted chrome. The teeth are painted chrome. The claws here, maybe that's die-cast, maybe. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, and everything that's actually chrome could actually be die-cast, especially these little teeth bits to the supposed T-Rex portion of the Blade Blaster. So, with that said, let's go ahead and turn on this toy if I can remember how to do so. Oh yeah, there's an on and off switch down here at the bottom of the handle. It indicates if it's on, and it does nothing if it turns off, but once again, if you turn it on, Yep, oops, didn't mean to do that, but yeah, it is trigger friendly. Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? One blast, explosion. If you keep pressing down the trigger. Yeah, I like that, that's nice. I wonder what happens if you hold down the trigger. I can't really remember if it actually plays the theme song. Oh, it does. Enjoy. We'll see if I get copyrighted for this. Of course, if it doesn't play the Mighty Morphin theme song, then it's not a Legacy thing, is it? So, with that said, I know it's overdone, but, you know, for what it is, it's still got a nice nostalgia charm to it if it plays the theme song. And again, it's basically a part of the Legacy collection. I mean, it's basically the full house of it. If it doesn't have the Legacy song, or I mean, if it doesn't have the Mighty Morphin song somewhere in the toys feature, then it's just not the Legacy collection, is it? So, with that said, I'll go ahead and turn this sucker into its next mode, because, you know, I'm not saying that it's heavy or anything, and I definitely don't want you to feel like I'm rushing this review. It's actually pretty light. But it does have some nice heft to this side, because we'll get to it in just a moment. But as it is, I want to start off with the slowest portion of this review, and that is turning it into its holster mode. So there's obviously a button here that you press down, and that will definitely lock it into place. And as you heard, well, if you could hear, yeah, it lets you know that it's locked in place. So there's holster mode. So if you actually had a holster that would, I mean, if it came with this thing, you can just slide it in and put it around your belt, and yeah, pretty cool. But not much else going on with this involvement, so we'll go ahead and turn it to its next portion, which is down here. There's this a little button here that you do push back on, and when you do so, when you push back on it, maybe you push forward. Yep, there it is. Yeah, that didn't work out too well, did it? So let's try that again. Push forward, and there we go. Now I got it. Yeah, it's kind of weak on mine, unfortunately. It really doesn't spring out too quick. It takes like a delay, as you can see, when I push the button in. It's on a delay, but the more I actually mess with this, the faster it's coming out, and the better it's locking in on the first go. So, yeah, there is the blade to the Blade Blaster in its blade mode, or sword mode, whatever you want to call it. I always called it a sword mode because, well, that's what I always thought it was, a sword. It's long enough for a sword. Anyway, it's nicely painted with the red here. There's black linings on it on this side here. This is all painted in black, as you can see right there, with some nice silver, basically making up the body portion of the blade on both sides, fully painted. Not much else going on there, but I will say that the paint job on this whole entire weapon is freaking A. It's more phenomenal. I love it. Even the black lining work is actually pretty crisp and clean. So are the eyes for the T-Rex portion. Very nice on both sides. But that's basically it for the Legacy Blade Blaster. There's not much else to really say, so I will go ahead and put it back in its blaster mode and sit it down if it will actually stand on its own. And it does. Might I add, that is marvelous. I love it. So yeah, when I got this, it was originally $75, I think. It's been a while, so I'm not, hopefully you're not going to hold me to that, but it is a nice piece to own for those who are the die-hard Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fans from way back when. That's, you know, pretty much collecting the Legacy collection, because that's what it's basically targeted at, is a more mature audience. Minus the 6-inch Legacy figures, which are targeted at the incorrect age, at least in my opinion. Having said that, though, it's all about the props and the deluxe Zords that's basically consumed in the right age limit. So I can be satisfied enough as it is. I still collect the 6-inch Legacy figures, but that's a story for another day in its own review, which you could go back and look at all the video reviews of all the 6-inch Legacy figures released so far. I'm done with this video review. Like I said, I wish I could recommend this. I definitely can. I just, in a way, I'm saying it's not available anymore. But if you can find it at some place, I don't know, maybe Barnes and Nobles. I mean, if you look around, some of those kind of stores do actually have Legacy stuff. So if you come across it, you don't want to skip the beat on this. I mean, this thing is freaking awesome, and definitely as accurate as it can get for the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fan out there. It's 1:1 scale. It fits in great with your Dragon Daggers, your Saba Sword. So it's nice to have something from the core 5 Rangers that basically started the impact of this show. So having said that, hopefully we will see more core 5 Legacy weapons to come out of the roleplay items. Anyway, questions, comments, you know what to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of this video. If you like today's video review, hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see more video reviews just like the one you're seeing here today. And for my special concise video reviews, which I haven't decided whether or not I'm actually going to review it in that short format. With that said, though, anything can happen on this channel, and I just might. You'll just have to wait and see what pops up next. So this is your King Red is Power signing off, saying thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you whenever you see me.